Hi everyone, how you doing? Tom over at Primus here. Today I'm going to be talking about how you might get from where you are now, just having an interest in maybe going to the US or Canada on a scholarship, to actually being out here and living that dream. So really the first thing you're going to need to do is decide, is this what I want to do? That's the really important thing, is making sure, yes, I'm willing to go that far away from home. I'm willing to balance both full-time football and full-time academics. Listen, it's the most amazing thing. It's very fun. I've lived it. It's brilliant, but it is hard work, especially during the season. It's a lot of traveling to games. Yes, it's really cool and high level and great facilities, but you do have to make sure that you're able to balance. So one is making sure that you definitely want to do that. Two, after you decide you want to do that, now there's a couple of different ways you can go. So the main way and the most successful way is going to be to pick an agency to work with. Now you can go it alone, but obviously us here at Primus, we even work with Americans because they, even being in the country, actually struggle to go through the recruitment process alone. So as an international, it can be very tough because you're not getting in front of coaches. Really the only option you have is to email coaches, and coaches really don't reply to emails. They get too many. It's more luck than judgment. So really the main thing you want to do is work with an agency. Now obviously I'm not going to sit here and just say work with Primus, but you really want to make sure that you speak to families that have worked with that agency before. What was their experience like? You really want to see what they do, what's important to you, because obviously the big thing here that we do at Primus is we're not in the market of getting you 10, 15 offers. We find the right fit for you, and then we help you till the day you finish in America. So we help you the whole time you're abroad. Now, if you're someone that wants to get a lot of options and wants to get, obviously, whether it fits you or not, because you want to explore and get a load of options, then that's one thing. So it's looking forward, what's important to you, speaking to many people that you know that have done it, that families that have worked with those agencies before, and pick an agency that you think you connect with them and you'd be excited for them to be essentially representing you and marketing you to different colleges. Now, once you do that, every agency is going to have their different aspects that you're going through the process. The main thing that's going to be done without getting too into detail is obviously having your tape made, building a profile, getting a headshot, things along those lines to get to the point where you're ready to be marketed to coaches. And then once you're sent out to those coaches, you'll then obviously start having conversations. Those conversations with coaches you want to make sure you're prepared for. I never got prepared for them and they probably didn't go as well as they could. At Primus, we do pre-calls for every single conversation any of our client will ever have with a coach, because we want you to know, one, why we introduce you to that specific school, but two, make sure that you can navigate that conversation, ask the right questions, and answer questions in the correct way as well. So really important that you're prepared for that call, you know how it's going to go, so that you can impress the coach. Because listen, as much as you're going to speak to multiple different colleges and teams, they're going to be speaking to multiple different players in your position. So that first impression, that first minute or two, coaches are going to base a lot for that. So it's really important that you know how to navigate that call. Now, let's say you get 5 offers, then you might have second calls with your top 3, maybe say to the bottom 2, thanks so much for the chat, but I don't think this is the right fit for me. Then you're narrowing that down to maybe a top 2, going through the negotiation stage to accept an offer. Now, once you accept the offer, comes the tedious and boring part. So this is the part where you're actually going to go through the application process. So you're going to be going through the application, whatever the school requires. Every school has different requirements. So it's going to depend. The main things are going to be getting your transcripts over, proof of funds, sending over a picture of your passport, SAT scores, and that sort of thing is going to be the main thing that you're going to be going through. Then once you've done everything the school needs, and again, that can be different at different schools, you'll then get issued what's called the I-20. The I-20 is the form that you need for the visa appointment. Then obviously once you do that, you're going to go through the visa process, go through the DS-160, the SEVIS fee, getting the pictures taken, getting all your documents together to get ready to go to the visa interview. Now, again, other companies might do it in different ways. You need to be prepared for that visa interview. At Primus, again, we're very big on pre-calls and preparing you, so we do a mock interview before you go to the interview to make sure you have everything you need document-wise, but you know how to answer the questions. If you know how to answer the questions in the right and correct professional way, you'll never have an issue. But there's certain ways you can answer certain questions which can get you to get your visa denied without you actually doing anything wrong. So it's really important that whether you do it yourself or the company you work with, whether that's Primus, are preparing you for that, so you know exactly how to navigate the visa process, because it's really important. Once you've got your visa, they'll take your passport. Obviously, the new thing with the visa process that they've added in last year is that you have to make your social media public. If you don't, you can get rejected. So once they've checked through your documents at the embassy, they'll then check through your social media, take your passport, and then give it back to you with a visa in it. Then it's the exciting time. It's getting ready for pre-season. So let's say we're in March now, end of March, beginning of April. You've got your visa. Well, now it's making sure you're booking flights. You know when you need to get there for pre-season. Maybe you're flying with some new teammates. You're going to introduce yourself to them, and then you're going out fit and ready. Now, coaches are really big out there on fitness testing. You might have obviously your traditional fitness test, like your 2-mile run in under 11 minutes, 12 minutes. Your beep test that you have to get a certain score. That can be based off position, going through these different fitness tests, but they're also going to have things like broad jump, bench press, things like that as well. So making sure you're ready for all different fitness tests, yes, on the running side, but also in the gym and weight training as well. And then really, obviously, once you get out there, before you get out there, you're going to go through the fitness plans that they probably send you. At Primus, we send our athletes an 8-week pre-season and nutrition program as well to make sure you have that, and the coaches one to make sure you're going out really in the best shape possible. Then you're out there pre-season and you're living the dream. So obviously, I know there's a lot more that goes into that, but just wanted to kind of jump on today to give you guys an overview of how do you get from sitting here thinking, do I even want to do it, to actually doing it. And obviously, like I said, the big thing at the beginning is making that decision. Do you want to do it? The beauty of it is you're going to come out with no student debt like you get in the UK. The average student debt in the UK is £50,000 and above for a degree. You're getting scholarship towards that. You're not having to quit football. You're getting to continue playing football and soccer at the highest level possible for you. So you're keeping that door open if you want to become a professional. Because in America, you've got multiple professional leagues. You've got MLS and MLS Next 2. You've got USL Championship, USL 1. You have NISA previously. And then across the board, you have the Canadian Premier League. So a lot of opportunities in the professional game. They're all recruiting from the college game. But even if you don't make it, you've got to feel like a professional for 4 years. So if you have any questions about how the system works, if you could be a right fit for it, shoot us a message at Primus Athlete on Instagram, or go to our website, primussportspartners.com, fill out the form, and we'll get in touch. Awesome. Have a great day and hope you enjoy your journey.